Hi guys, and today I will be showing you how to make a dunk tank in Minecraft Pocket Edition using command blocks. So, make a new world, or you can build this in an existing world, like a world with creations. Okay, so I'm just gonna name this world Dunk Tank because I'm building a dunk tank in it, and this world is made purely for this video. Okay, so make it be creative and peaceful and enable show coordinates because we need the coordinates of certain blocks. Okay, so it's generating my world and okay. The first thing that we want to do is we need to find a flat area. So I'm just gonna use this part. Okay, so now we can actually start, and the first thing you want to do is give yourself a command block. So you have to type in /give at s command block and then paste. You can pause the video on commands if you don't have enough time to type in the command. Okay, now moving on, we need a structure void. You probably have not heard of this block, but it's basically like a barrier, but you can walk through it. Okay, so you have to type in /give at s structure void. Underscore void. Okay, so now we have this weird looking block that we can walk through, but when we select another item in our inventory, it's transparent. Okay, so we don't need it right now. And what else do we need? We need a NPC spawn egg. I can't just search this up in my inventory because this is purely an education edition where you can just search up any item you want. Okay, so in regular Minecraft, you have to do /give at s spawn egg 1, and then 51 is the data value, so it's NPC. Okay, so you get this, and yes, this is compatible with regular Minecraft. It's just that I said about the education edition thing. I was just saying that you can search it up in education edition. Okay, anyway, let's get on with it. So you're gonna need a block of iron, and you're gonna also need a fence pole and a pressure plate. I'm just gonna use iron because I'm using iron blocks. We also need a target block and a water bucket. Okay, so let's start. So first make a line out of 3 blocks of iron, then 1 block to the side and 1 block to the left, to the right, and 1 block forward. Make another line of 3 blocks and repeat 2 more times. Okay, so in the middle of this 3x3 block hole that we have created, we have to place a fence pole, then an iron pressure plate on top of it. Now we're gonna spawn the NPC right on top of that pressure plate and call him whatever you want, but I'm just gonna call him Dunk Me. The stuff I typed in at the beginning is just color, so you don't really need it, but I just think it looks better. Okay, so we have our NPC and we're ready to do the command block stuff. Okay, so 1 block away from this pool, we place a fence pole and a target block right on top of it. And a command block right behind on the target block. Okay, so now we build up 6 structure voids. And break all of them except the top one. Now place a block which is place a structure void which is right above the NPC, and to all the sides of it place more structure voids as shown. Now to the bottom of the middle structure void place another structure void and break the middle one. Okay, so now we have created a well for the water. Place a water bucket right in the middle of the structure voids, and if it's not leaking out, that means that it's working. Okay, so basically now we have to make another command block, because when the water pours down on the NPC, it washes him off the pressure plate, so we need a command block to keep him on it. Okay, so take a 2-block hole and place a command block in it. Now type in TP at E type equals NPC. Then go to the block where the NPC is standing on, so the pressure plate in this case, and take its coordinates. So in my case it's 1152, 72, 240, and I will double check these coordinates because it's important to get the right ones. Okay, so when we've typed that in, in these settings, make the command block repeat and always active. Since you get a ton of chat messages, that signals that it's worked, but we don't need this trashing up the chat, so type in /game rule command block output, then false. Okay, so now it should stop trashing up. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, so now cover this hole with grass. Now we're practically done with it, but there's one more thing we need to do. So we're gonna get the coordinates of this bottom structure void, and this will be pretty hard, but you have to make it so your head is just above the water. Like that. Okay, so it's gonna be basically the same coordinates as the command block that we made to teleport the NPC to the same place that it's standing on right now. But anyway, we have to type these in, and this time you have to type in set block, then the coordinates. And then after that, you have to type in air. Okay, so we need to test this out by taking a bow and arrow. But since we're in creative, we only need a bow. And the water should pour down onto the NPC. But he won't move because of this command block down there in that hole that we covered up. Okay, so we need to place the structure void back, but later we will make a command block that puts it back. Okay, so Now, time for the shooting range box. So we're gonna need oak wood planks, a polished black stone button, an oak wood log, and an oak sign. Also some glass. Okay, so now I'm just gonna swap these. Oops, I accidentally threw away these. Okay, I'm just gonna swap these out really quickly for the stuff that we used already. And it's turning nighttime, so I'm just gonna make it daytime. Okay, so now we can start building this. So place a three block line of oak planks that is going to be parallel to these 3 iron blocks. Now at the edge, place 4 oak wood logs. Oops. And connect them with oak planks. Now, can repeat on this other side, but this time we're only gonna make it by 1. And since I have a hole here, then I'm just doing it 1 more, but if you have a flat space, then this shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so now make a row of glass right here so the archer cannot get out of the blocks. Okay, so now getting on. If we want this to be sort of a game, then, well, we have to give the player a bow and arrow. And also we need to make the button that makes the water stop flowing after you hit the target. Okay, so first place a button here. Then, right behind where you place the button, place a command block. And I'm just using the glass as so I can make the command block right behind the button. Okay, so in this command block you have to write set block, then the coordinates of the block that you recorded to fill with air. So it's the same ones in the previous command block. So but instead of typing air, type in structure void. Okay, so let's try it out. The water starts flowing. I click this button and the water stops. Okay, this is working perfectly. And next thing we're gonna do is have the player get a bow and some arrows. So place a button on either side of the wall. Both walls, then place a command block behind each button. So we're gonna do the bow one first. So in this one you just have to type simple command, give @p bow. Now the arrow one will be a little harder but still easy. Give @p arrow 64. Okay. Now I'm gonna put signs to label what these buttons are for. So this is the one to make the water stop flowing. So you type in make water stop flowing, then click return and type in 2 dashes, and this to form an arrow structure pointing to the button. Now, here type in get bow, and then do the same thing as I did on the previous sign. Okay, so here we have to do the same thing as on the bow one, but get arrows. And the same thing here. Okay, so now our dunk tank is completely ready, except for one thing. We need to make the players spawn inside the shooting box, but that is really easy to do. So you just have to type in the chat set world spawn. Then this symbol 3 times with a space in between it. But for this, you have to be standing right on the block that you want the spawn to be. Okay, so now our dunk tank is completely ready, and we have to try it out. So I'm gonna clear my inventory, turn my game mode to survival, and kill myself so it'll spawn me inside the box. Okay, so for some reason it spawned me outside the box, but this shouldn't be a problem with you guys. And let's try out the buttons. So I have to get a bow first, and it should give you a bow. And then in the get arrows button, it should give you the 64 arrows. When you shoot that target block, the water pours down on the NPC. And when you press this button, it makes the water stop flowing. You can do this as many times as you want, but I think it's really fun because watching the NPC getting dunked is really fun, and it improves your aiming skill because you have to hit the target block. Thanks for watching, and I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe, because making these YouTube videos is not so easy. Like, it takes me a long time to actually design these command block creations. And also, of course, there can be failure videos, such as when I was recording this video for the first time, I forgot to enable the microphone on my screen recording so I could talk, so I just talked pointlessly into the iPad and basically didn't record my voice, so I had to do a new one. And thanks for hanging around to the end, and well, bye for now.